Food We Love with Linda Yu is presented by Arun's Thai Restaurant.
This building's been around here for decades here in Little Italy, and it's a restaurant. There's no sign right here, but it doesn't need one because everybody knows it's Tufano's. And we're coming into Tufano today to make one of their dishes that is very famous. Hi, Joey.
Hey, Linda.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Oh,
Nice
you made
to
it, huh?
see you. Made
oh,
it.
good to see you too.
I'm ready to cook.
You ready?
Okay, what do I need to do?
All right. Well, first I got to give you a little apron
okay.
here. This is our Tufano special chicken that we've had for about 80 years that we've been cooking this. That started with my grandma and grandpa.
Yeah.
And it's about a 2 3/4 size chicken.
Chicken. Okay.
And we cut it up.
And
then,
this is one order?
Well, this is a whole chicken. I guess you usually have a half a chicken or a whole chicken or chicken and a half. That's how we do it. You know?
Okay, all right.
So, and then we start by using a little pepper.
Okay.
Sprinkle a little pepper right on
Do
there.
I get to do it like chefs
Just
do
like,
and go like that?
That's all you got to do is just sprinkle it right on there.
Okay. Does it matter
That's
how
good.
much?
That's about
Is that good enough?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
That's good. A little salt.
Okay, and this is the salt.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I do the same thing with the salt,
Yeah,
right? A
you're
little
perfect.
more, or
that's good.
is that
Just a
enough?
little bit more. Okay.
Okay.
That's great.
Great.
Now you get some fresh garlic. Okay.
Okay.
That's
Make sure
good.
it's all over.
Yeah, it's all
Okay.
over the chicken, and then
And
we get a
a
little.
little bit more.
Yeah. All right. A little oregano, and we just sprinkle it all around.
Now it's beginning to look like the lemon chicken I know. It's the oregano that's on top, right?
Correct.
Plenty
it gives
of
a little,
oregano.
Yeah, it gives it a little more browner,
Yeah.
charred feeling when it's done cooking.
Plenty of it, right?
That's plenty.
Okay.
And then we take usually a whole lemon to one whole lemon or so to a whole chicken and just squeeze it in there. Very good.
Okay, and then put one there.
And then we just leave it right in the tray
it
there
right,
on the side, usually on the sides.
On the side, okay.
And then we take just a touch of olive oil, just sprinkle a little.
All right.
There you go, a little touch of olive oil on there.
Okay, don't do too much.
Right.
Ah, is that
That's
too much?
good. That's good.
That's good. Okay.
And then we take some vegetable cooking oil and we just put a
Okay,
little bit
both.
more on there.
Okay, again, just a little.
You can put a little bit more in there.
Okay. Good?
That's good.
Okay.
All right.
Easy. That's
Pretty
it?
easy. That's it.
Oh, all right.
And then I just kind of, you could
mix it
you
up.
can mix it up a little bit if you want with your hands.
the other side, right?
Yeah, you
it
could
all
turn it
gets
around if you want. And the key thing to me is the broiler that I use.
Oh, because that's not like what we have.
It's not a regular home broiler.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a really intense broiler. It's got ultraviolet bricks in there, and that's what makes it. It cooks it so well. It keeps it sealed.
It moist.
Keeps it moist, and it doesn't dry up.
Okay. All right. So just
So you just
like this.
Put
I
it right in there, and you pull it out. Put it right on the top here, and just slide it in there.
I have to be taller if I work
Yeah,
for you,
well,
right?
you gotta wear bigger heels next time. And we just put it in there.
Put it in.
And then we let it cook for for a good 20 minutes, maybe right around there.
Yeah. Tell me about this picture.
Well, this was my dad. This was at my sister's wedding about 40-something years ago or so. He was great at remembering everybody's name. He taught me how to be generally nice to people.
Yeah.
But my grandmother taught me more of the business because my dad died at such a young age, and I was only 25 when he passed away. So I really learned to do more work with my grandmother and my mother and my aunts, who helped me really pick up the restaurant and get it going.
And the recipes too.
And the recipes, correct. This is my grandmother Teresa and my grandpa Joe, who I'm named after, of course.
Yeah, right.
Peppo Zeke, they used to call him back in the day. It means Skinny Joe in Italian.
Oh, really?
Al Capone kind of loved the way my grandpa cooked.
Yeah.
And when they got sent over here, and he took a liking to him, and he used to go over to the hotel or to the house on the south side and cook for
the
him.
Capone family.
Cook for the Capone family, yes. And this was the famous window that we used to pass. Well, they used to pass me through it when I was a little kid. I used to come through here all the time when I was a little kid. But my grandma used to make a lot of the food in there because the kitchen here was so small. Yeah. She had a whole nother full kitchen in her house.
Pizza oven.
The pizza oven was in the back, and on Fridays we used to make pizza here. All the prepping, a lot of it was done in my grandma's house instead of in here because there was no room. The kitchen was only there to just about here, and that was it.
And that was it?
That was it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So now I'm ready to eat.
Okay.
Now I have to tell the truth. I have had this lemon chicken many, many times, but this is the first time that I've helped to cook it.
That's right.
All right, so. Okay. That's the lemon.
Oh, Linda, you did a great job.
Am I hired?
You're right.
I'm hired. Okay.
You're in. It's no problem.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
And then this is the famous.
The D&D special after my daughters, they came up with this dish many years ago.
So that stands for Disa and Darcy.
Correct.
Right.
Yep.
And we'll meet Darcy in a little while. But
Right.
tell me about that dish.
Well, one day they were just sitting here trying to think of what they could come up with.
Yeah.
Something for their own selves, and
Yeah.
they put this together with the vodka sauce and the peas, because the girls, they always like to try something
They
different.
like. Okay, let's try it.
It's sort of almost like an old Depression dish
Really?
back in the day. Sure, a lot of them used to cook with peas and lentils and everything. So,
Out there on the sidewalk when you were a little kid.
it was about probably around 14, 15 years old.
Yeah.
They were doing some of the work out here. So I just carved the name Tufano's in there when
Did
the
you
restaurant
sneak
started.
in there while the
I
cement
snuck
was
in
still
there,
wet?
We never listened all the time,
Right.
We had to be bad once in a while. So my grandma and grandfather, Teresa and Joseph DeBono, they started the restaurant. It was really an originally bar that my grandmother's brothers had. And my grandpa just liked to cook, and he was cooking, and so they kind of took it over from my grandmother's brothers, and they made it into really a neighborhood restaurant. My Aunt Tony, who just died a few years ago at 99, God bless her. Yeah, she was also helped cook, and my Aunt Rose and my Aunt Anna Marie. So they all pitched in and helped, and after my grandpa died in 1970, my ma stepped in, and they taught her all the recipes and helped with my grandmother. And they come in here every morning at 5 in the morning and started cooking.
Started cooking, right.
Every
Your dad
day.
did too.
And then my dad came in later in the day, and he ran a restaurant, and he also cooked too.
Did you ever think that you might do something else, or because your dad died when you were young?
Yeah, my dad died. I was 25, so I just, I really loved the restaurant business back at that time. I was really involved in the restaurant. He had gotten sick, so I used to play hockey, and then I really involved in working here in the restaurant and see how things were running, and I was trying to make it better. And then I kind of had no choice because he got so sick. Then I ran it with my grandma and my mom. To me, I think that being successful is being the food being very consistent, the price is at a very valuable price, and greeting people and treating people nice, like when they come in your family, in your house. You want to be treated nice,
Right.
I think too many places have got too more corporate, and that's why we're blessed to be a family-owned restaurant. And if I'm not here, my sister's here or my daughter's here, and I think everybody, in the long run, I think everybody appreciates that. And we just kept the flow going, and I think it's been pretty successful.
But you've added on.
And I've added on. I've added this room on first. I added the front room on, and then I also added a back room on for like a party room and for big parties. And now during the summer, we got a nice little outdoor cafe with a nice fountain out there.
That. So we talk about the next generation. What's coming up?
Well, my daughter Darcy has decided to stay with me, and she's going to be our 4th generation of the Tufano. Hi, honey. How are you? Good.
Hi, join us. Okay. You're a mom of 2 now. Why do you feel committed to keep coming and keeping this restaurant, helping your dad, and keep it going?
Well, when I was younger, it was hard for me to relate to the restaurant business and where my dad worked. But as I started working here throughout the years, and you value that this is your name, like our family tradition and serving other families means so much. And so now it's just a part of who we are, and we have to continue our family tradition of serving other families.
Not all young people feel that that's necessary, but you said also, besides the importance to your own family, you watched other families here, right?
Yeah, so working here throughout the years now, you get to know all the families and all the generations, and you see the young kids that are dating, and then they get married, and then now I'm helping them plan their baptisms,
Really?
the rehearsal dinners, the baptisms, the first birthday parties. So it's very generational, and I know that we have a lot of sports people and famous people on our wall, but if there's anyone I could meet, I wish I could meet my grandpa. So
Yeah.
I really do cherish the stories that the older generation customers tell me when they come.
She gets her heart from her dad, doesn't she?
She does.
She really does. You guys, thank you so much.
Oh,
Right?
we love you, Linda.
Thank
Yeah.
you. The whole point of Food We Love is that we love to hear people's stories about not just the food, but also this whole place and your family. And that, I think, is what we have just experienced, too. Thank you so much. This ends this edition of Food We Love. We hope that you will keep on watching as we find